Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make patha curry. Usually we make patha with puree, but we are going to make it into a fish style patha curry, which is going to be full of flavors. This is something very different and you will want to try it. So there's my patha that I made, and this was done yesterday. Pranesh will link our recipe for our homemade patha. Usually when I make the patha, I slice it and freeze it, but today we are using it freshly made. The ingredients for the curry is, I have 1 onions which are grated, 1/4 cup of oil, 3 tomatoes grated, 1/2 cup of puree, 2 tablespoons of imli, which I'm going to dilute in the water. For my spices, I have a tablespoon of mixed masala, a teaspoon of hurdee, a teaspoon of garam masala, half a teaspoon of jeera, half a teaspoon of mustard seed, and 1 teaspoon of salt, but we will taste along the way. For my greens, I also have a curry leaf for the braising, chillies for the braising, 2 cloves of garlic, and for garnishing, I also have some spring onions and some dhania. I'm going to start by preparing the patha to fry in the oven by cutting it slices. So this is how the patha look inside. Now I'm going to cut about 6 slices. I've got my oven preheated to 175. So this is my patha that I'm going to dip into a little oil on both the sides and place it into my tray. This is ready for me to pop into the oven, of which I'm going to allow it 10 minutes on either side. You don't have to make it too crispy because we need the gravy to seep in. While my patha is in the oven, I'm going to get started by braising. I've got my stove on moderate heat, putting in my 1/4 cup of oil, and then my onions, my onions are browned up nicely, so I'm adding in my curry leaf, then my half a teaspoon jeera, half a teaspoon mustard seed, I'm going to slit my 2 chillies that I have, add it into the oil, and also slice up my garlic finely. This can fry. To this oil, I'm going to add in my masalas. then my grated tomatoes. My tomatoes, I'm going to add in my salt and allow this to cook for about 3 minutes. In the meantime, I'll check on my patha, which is in the oven. Now my tomatoes are cooked. So I'm going to add in my imli water to my tomato. I'm just going to rinse out the flesh of the imli with more water and put in my water into the cooking. I'm just going to add in the extra water that I rinsed the imli with and increase my heat so it will come to the boiling point. It has been 20 minutes and I gave 10 minutes on either side. As you can see, it's not crispy, it's just fried a little. To thicken my gravy, I'm just going to add in my half a cup of puree. I'm going to allow this to come to a boil. Then I'm going to place in my patha into the gravy. We gave this about 3 minutes. And now the gravy is nice and thick. So I'll start placing my patha into the gravy. I'll give this another 3 minutes and then turn my patha over and give it another 3 minutes. And then I'll garnish. Three minutes has passed. Now I'm going to give this a turn. Another 3 minutes has passed, and as you can see, it really looks like fish, but it's patha. And now I'm ready to garnish with my spring onions and dhania. I'm going to switch my stove off. As you all know, it's only me and Pranesh at home now. That's the reason the cooking is getting a little smaller. And now I'm ready to serve. Here you go, your patha in a fish style curry. It's looking very delicious. It's looking like a real fish curry, but this can be eaten when you're vegetarian. And it's also served with some nice coconut chutney on the side, with some hot soft roti. And now we are going to eat it hot as possible. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.